A demon is impersonating my twin, Flame. Strangers have always used to just randomly come up to me and ask if I have a twin. I was so confused when I met my false twin, Flame. He mirrored me, and his life with him was like a fairy tale for years until it wasn't. He's destroying my life. I see Satan in his eyes sometimes. He stalks me at work, harasses me while I'm just trying to do my work and get my bills paid. Spread rumors in the office behind my back while smiling to my face after television. My career. It got me fired, but he still isn't done. He promised to marry me and begged me to buy a home with him. We made a contract that I invested $90,000 towards the down payment. He said he was about to get a promotion, so quote unquote the loan, end of quotes, not gift. We entered into what would be no problem for him. Once my twin stepped into our new home, he became an entirely different person. Our neighbor welcomed us into the neighborhood, and my dog, who had no prior behavior issues, bit someone for the first time. Her name is Shine, and now I know why she was just trying to warn and protect me. She knew it was a mere bite, but the neighbor dragged it onto a lawsuit for months, filed a claim against our home security. The town put us on watch and came over every day to make sure Shine was quote unquote quarantined. The town hall, every employee woke every morning starting at 2 and laid on her horn for minutes to wake me so she could discuss how Shine's quote unquote quarantine, end of quotes, was going. There was no cellular service in the town, so the employee couldn't call me and make my life easier, so I was only allowed to walk Shine in our backyard. We have an ark, and our closest neighbor was about a quarter mile away, but the couple came running over and screamed at me to get off, quote-unquote, their, end of quotes, property. There were signs for the Ella, quote-unquote, pig roast, end of quotes, everywhere, and I would try to relax by going hiking in the mountains, but there were signs posted in the trees that said, quote-unquote, be careful, end of quotes, and, quote-unquote, just act normal, end of quotes. I stopped going to the grocery store because random customers looked at us. I was constantly asked, quote unquote, have you seen the trauma show? End of quotes. Have you watched Coraline? End of quotes. Have you watched the Matrix? Have you watched the Matrix? End of quotes. At the gas pump, at coffee shops, at the gym, I was weirded out and stopped leaving the house. The energy in the house felt so off that I decided to read all the contract I signed to buy the house and the deed. My twin hired a lawyer to review them, but I needed to see for myself. My twin caught me and kicked me out of the house, and that I paid for it and hadn't paid me back a dime, even though he promised. I hired my own real estate authority and told the realtor that my false twin should not be trusted. The house is the scam. I tried to buy it, but my twin took down the for sale sign. By now, I have developed PTSD from this twin flame relationship and got approved for SSDI. I can no longer afford the mortgage, but nobody wants to buy the house. My car resigned, my car title and passport have gone missing, so I can't drive my car. I am officially being held hostage, and I thought maybe my family didn't know all the details, but they do, and they joined in on mocking me and harassing me. I have no money to hire a lawyer or private investigator. I have plenty of evidence, but the police don't even show up. Or I have to beg them to file a police report and then stop taking my calls. Life was great until I met my twin. I barely remember the good times, and the past 7 years have been a blur. I'm not religious, but it felt that I needed to go to church, and I was told I was battling spiritual farewell fights against my enemies. I forget to eat and sleep with the lights on because my dreams consist of my grandma poisoning my food, my father giving me a new leaguer name, quote unquote, Mason, end of quotes, and separating, covering my body and trying to choke me. I figured out my next move because I need to act strategically, and I feel discriminated against because I'm disabled. So hopefully the ADA will approve of a pro bono authority to look into my case, and private investigator would be helpful, but unless someone helps me for free, it's not an option. Unless I understood the definition of a twin flame, mine is a false twin flame, or a demon impersonating my twin flame. Not sure how he appeared out of nowhere, isolated me strategically, infiltrated every area of my life, and managed to divide and corner my family and leave me with zero support system. But this is my life now, and I need a vacation. I'm still creeped out about how those strangers casually just asked me if I have a twin, but I never took their question seriously, as I never thought I did.